Here's what I'm working on right now. This is behind the process. I'm showing you my work as I'm writing, performing, speaking, and filming. This is a Taylor Johnson Direct. This video is sponsored by me. I'm doing a tour of house shows. You want to do something fun and unique this summer? Can you get 25 to 30 people to come over to your house? Well, I will come and do a comedy storytelling show in your living room. It is so easy and simple to set up. You just tell everyone that you're inviting that the show is donation-based. I bring a bunch of new and original stories. I will get stories from your audience. You will be surprised by what you hear. Just reach out at contact@followtaylor.com and we can set up a house show anytime this summer. Contact@followtaylor.com. House shows. Hooray! One of the things that's helped me write a lot more this year is giving myself short assignments. Instead of one big giant goal for the year, a word count, or one big project I'm gonna finish over 365 days, what about just 30 days? What about just 30? Can you finish something every day for 30 days? That was the goal. For 30 days, 5 weeks of 6 days a week, can you just finish a first draft of something? Anything. It could be a poem, a short story, an essay, a dramatic scene that you are writing. A first draft doesn't have to be polished, doesn't have to be perfect. You can work on multiple things throughout the day, but by the end of the night, you need to commit to saying that, yes, this first draft is complete. And also it was fun to do stuff that was outside of my genre. To write stuff that, like, I have no idea why someone would read this, where it would ever go. I am just writing this for me. I'm trying stuff out. Let's just see what happens. And I did that for 30 days. And I ended up with all these different things that I really enjoyed, writing some surprises when I read them back later and was like, oh, wait, this is fun and good. And it made me realize, like, oh, I have a bunch of writing over the last several years, stuff that I have written for Substack, stuff for other projects that have not gone through, that I have just laying around somewhere, and all these other random things that I would love to turn into something. But what would it all be? And then remembering there are these comedians that I love who used to put out these collections that would not just be like one type of writing. Like, yeah, there are comedians who put out memoirs or books of essays or short stories, but then there are these other comedians who would put out collections of everything. They would have short stories, they would have essays, just lists of jokes or a one-act play that they had written, fake biographies, all these wild and silly things, and they wouldn't even be categorized like, here's all the fiction, here's all the nonfiction. It would all just be like thrown together in one big mix. And I really have enjoyed books like that by Bob Odenkirk, Jack Handey. When I was younger, there were these Woody Allen books that I loved that were in that style. And I thought, like, do I have enough material to make something like this? And I started to make a list of all the things that I think could go into that. And I opened a Word document and started copying and pasting it in there and to see what's my word count? Where am I at right now? How far away am I from feeling like this is long enough to maybe be a book? And I was at 20,000 words. Okay, that's like close. And I want it to be a little book, a little short pocket book, because I love pocket books. Just little pocket-sized books, because I like the idea of, like, wouldn't it be great to just carry one with me? Just like a back... This is what you're supposed to be doing with a book like this. And the idea that I write a little book with a bunch of random, silly and serious, fun and vulnerable writing, and like people could just put it in their back pocket and pull it out and read it anytime. Like, I want to do that. So I formatted it, printed it all out, and here's everything so far. My starting point. And I know usually for people, it's like the first draft is like this big, giant, chunky thing, and you like whittle it down slowly, draft by draft by draft. But I have found for me that like my first draft is not as chunky as the other drafts will be. Like my first one is kind of the bones, the main idea, the structure of it, and then the second draft I add way too much, and then I whittle, then I whittle, then I whittle. And so I have it all printed out right here. Even though it's a bunch of random stuff, I figured out an order that I think it could go into. I started to think of like a theme that, like, yeah, you could pick it up and read any random piece at once, but also if you start from the beginning and go all the way through, wouldn't it be cool if there were like themes and ideas that are introduced? And maybe something that shows up in a short story early on in a very funny way can show up in an essay later on in a serious way. And even as I was starting to think about that theme, I like had everything kind of already laid out. And the moment I started reading through things with the theme in mind, I was like, oh, no, I already know, like this needs to go first and this goes second. And I don't have a deadline. I don't have anything like that picked out yet. I'm just like, little by little, I'm working on this. Maybe it's something I put out by the end of the summer or later. I don't know. I don't know how much work a lot of this needs. And I don't know what kind of little goal I should set for myself to like help stay connected to this. I'm excited to see where this goes. This video is also sponsored by the pancreas. The human pancreas. At checkout, use promo code HUH to find out what the pancreas does. The human pancreas, sponsoring videos. I made it a goal that I was going to put out a new video every week during the summer. From April to August, new video every single week, no matter what else is going on, I'm putting something out. Do I regret it? No, of course not, no. It's definitely been exhausting and difficult, but it has been a good process to commit to this. Every single week I'm going to put something out, and yes, there are the weeks that I've been incredibly busy, or the weeks that I haven't really had an idea, or the weeks I start working on a video and it feels way too big and daunting for me to finish in a single week. So what am I gonna put out this week while I get ready to put this one out next week? Last minute idea. And like the great thing that always happens is whenever you put limitations on yourself, whether it's time or budget or equipment, all these things that we think are getting in the way of creativity, limitations inspire creativity. I remember seeing this clip that I love so much of an animator talking about how he always gets these huge compliments about his transitions. Oh, from scene to scene, you think of these incredibly complicated, incredibly creative transitions. It's so unique. People love it so much. And the animator's like, that's because I'm bad at drawing people walking. Making a video every week has definitely stretched me. It's caused me to try new things, to do dumb stuff. That classic thing that happens where you put out a video and you're like, this is the dumbest, worst thing I've ever made. And then that ends up being the one that everybody watches and loves and talks to you about. And you're like, of course. Of course. Doing a video every week has shown me what I'm capable of doing. There have been times where I have made a video that is so much bigger, longer, and more elaborate than I thought that I could pull off in a single week. And yet it was only a couple of days that I spent working on it. It has been a lot of fun. Are people watching the videos? No, not really, but that's okay. I'm at a point now where I'm just kind of telling myself like, hey, I'm getting more comfortable on camera. I'm getting better as a storyteller. And if nobody watches and that's all that I get out of doing this, that's enough. This video is also brought to you by a fear of failure. Please keep watching the video. Please watch to the end and then comment and like it and subscribe, please, and set notifications and tell everyone that you've ever met and send them the links to the videos. And even when you go over to your grandma's house, the one who doesn't really know how to work her TV, just put one of my videos on her TV and have it just start playing and let it play and let it autoplay the next video and then even like a couple of days later when she calls you and she's like, how do I get this young man's videos off my TV? Don't help her. Just let it keep playing. I think we could all use our grandparents watching less scary and fearful things. I don't think my videos are very harmful for the elderly. And I could use the watch time. Maybe I just make a playlist on my channel called Grandma's House. And just every time you go over to your grandma's house, you play this playlist and it's just all of my videos playing nonstop. That could really help my watch time. And that might help your grandma feel less lonely. What if I make a video that's just like POV, me on a date with your grandma? Oh, what if I did that? Wow, what a bunch of fun, exciting projects we have going on here at Taylor Johnson. We would love for you to be involved. If you'd like to stay in touch with us, you can follow along. Taylor D. Sun on Instagram, Taylor Johnson Video on YouTube. Be sure you subscribe. That would legitimately help. Follow Taylor.com for more information of how you could book Taylor for schools, events, or even a house show. Or just go outside and start screaming at the moon. A bird will hear and come and deliver the message. It knows where to find me. All birds know where to find me. Goodbye.